Howdy do? Ooh. Oh, I came on just when I was stretching. Oh, it's not good. Okay. I have to edit something. Well, first I have to put it on the stupid computer because I completely forgot that it was not even on the computer yet. But yeah. And now it's downloading to the computer. Once it's done that, then I can actually start the actual editing. Oh, that's not good. My phone, my camera is telling me that it's running out of battery. Not battery, memory. Go. I know I'm a bit early, and it says nobody's here yet. But yeah, I have a problem. I have terrible skin, but I don't know what it is. But the area just here, because I shaved semi recently and I did my entire face, um, has not reacted well. Like the skin is very kind of like smooth, but not in a good way, I guess. It's very strange. This happens every now and again, like on a part of my body usually. That is way too warm. Turning off life support. External temperature is 5 degrees. Um, but it's never been like this bad. So hopefully that's not a thing. I might have to go to the doctors and check it out. But ugh, uncooleth. Right, opening up my editing software. So I've got a couple of not problems but like things I need help with, I guess. First is I have an owie tooth. Just happened just now. That's not one of the problems, but it just happened. Just for no reason, apparently. Don't know what caused that. Random. Yeah. The first is that I want to advertise that I'm going to be in Manchester in the United Kingdom this weekend. So if you're in Manchester and you want to film something with me, or just hang out or whatever, that's where I'll be. I don't have any plans on like what I'm doing or anything. I'm literally just sticking with um, whatever my partner wants to do, or I'm just hanging out. I'm just hanging out. I'll be hanging out mostly in the park, mainly because um, and I won't be doing any of the club stuff because it's Bear Bash. Bear Bash is going on. I won't be doing any of the club stuff because I just don't do that stuff because I've got hypersensitivity to sound, so it will physically hurt me to be in clubs, which is lame. But what are you gonna do? So mostly on my free time, I'll be hanging out in the park, maybe doing some drawing, maybe doing some just hanging out. I don't know. The only thing I've really got to do is on Saturday, and that's basically like have the big boy, the piggy barbecue, the piggy buffet bear run thing, which is basically we go to a buffet, have a little eating contest, and the second thing is the cigar social, which is going to be in the park anyway. So that is it. That's all I've got planned. Everything else, I'm basically, like I said, I'm going to be hanging out with my partner, unless, yeah. I do have a main. I mean, the main problem with Bear Bash is that the main bar. I mean, there's a couple of bars in Bear Bash at Bear Bash in Manchester on Canal Street, but they've got like a weird problem, and that is that you can't stand and have a drink. You can't stand outside, just immediately sit outside the place, which is perfect for me because loud noises, and have a drink. Oh, there's a new version of my editing software that just appeared in the middle of me like pre-rendering something. Got a notification for this. Why does this happen? This happens on my phone all the time. Every single time I'm about to like do something on my phone, something that's like intricate or whatever, it basically comes up with like, oh, there's a new version of like the software that needs to be installed. Do you want to do it now? And it's like, fuck off, I'm busy, I'm using it. But then I need to use it all this other times. In fact, it has done it recently, so I'm gonna do it while it's plugged into the computer. Just so it won't bug me. But yeah, should I install it? I'll install it because it will mean that I will just I can talk while it's installing. I really want to have a shower. Yes. There you go. So now my phone / camera is updating, and my editing software is updating. Please close all instances of it now and then click OK to continue. I've closed it. There you go. So it's upgrading. All right. So yeah, they've got this problem outside of like on Canal Street in Manchester, and that is the problem is that you can't stand outside of a pub or bar and hold a drink. It's not even an actual drink. It's a plastic cup. You know, it's not glass. It's a plastic cup. You can't stand outside with these things. I don't know if they've changed the rules or if they've become more lenient towards this or whatever. But this was actually an actual problem, and they do this basically so that it enables more like pedestrian traffic through this area, because although they do have seating, they have like plenty of room outside of these bars. They for some reason want to make a clearer passage through this area, so you can't stand. You can only sit at the tables and have a drink outside of these places. You cannot stand and have a drink. Stupid. I mean, it's like, yeah, I can see how they think this will be a problem, but the way that they enforce this, if they just said this and then basically like they they said this and then they didn't need anybody to enforce it, it will probably be okay. But what they've done is they've given the doormen, the security, the bouncers, they've given these guys the power to eject people from the area if they basically see somebody drinking while standing up. I don't like the security guys anyway, because for some reason every single fucking security guy, every single like bouncer that they've got at every single one of these bars thinks that it's acceptable to basically stand in the doorway and basically chain smoke cigarettes, you know. And then they basically, even though it's there's like signs outside of all these places, there are signs saying no smoking. um and they expect these people to basically like uphold this one thing for some reason. um this one. No, what is it? I think they said vertical drinking. And oh my god, last year we had a problem. Last year they continuously bugged me. I don't know if it was me personally, but it probably wasn't. But it's just that I don't like sitting down for the most part. So I stood at the table, right? And I basically like put the drink on the table, and then I took a sip of it, and then basically put it back down again. And I think this was like a big no-no or something. Um, but yeah, I got told that basically I needed to have a seat if I was going to continue enjoying my beverage. So I just picked up my drink, drank it, and then I walked into the pub. um, because it was just like, I'm gonna go have a seat because I need to pee. Because I didn't need to, but yeah. But no, one of the things that happened after this was that um, I got moaned at. And then and so I got my drink, and then I was just going to go into the park because it's literally on the other side of the street. There's a canal, and then there's a bridge, and then you just go over the bridge, and then there's like a park. So I was just leaving to go to the park. Damon comes up to me and asks me what's going on. I was like, I basically, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. I'm gonna go enjoy my drink in the relative quiet with a bunch of friends. And as I was explaining this to him, the fucking bouncer comes up to us. I stopped for like a minute to explain to him where I'm going, and I basically he just kept saying it's like you can't be vertically drinking. It's like, no, I'm leaving. It's like, right, but you where? You can't be vertically drinking. It's like, yeah, I'm traveling. I'm going. I'm leaving this area. And he's like, I mean, I was like, I'm just trying to explain to him where I'm going. It's like, right, but you can't be vertically drinking. It's like, fuck off. I just wanted to yell at him, fuck off. But I just left, and I said sorry to Damon as I was leaving. I don't think he heard me. It was just like, it made me frustrated. It made me incredibly frustrated. It was not cool. It was very, very not cool. Um, I felt like it was about to get physical even, which would have been a big no-no because, like, I probably, I'm not being this like toxic masculinity, like macho kind of guy or anything. I could have definitely taken him. Um, it was just like I would have just sat on him like straight away. I would have just fucking sat on him and just be like, right, I've got a seat now. It would just, oh my god, it would have been terrible. But yeah, so they've got this problem. So that's annoying. So that's one of the reasons why I'm pretty much not going to be like drinking outside of the pub. For another reason, it's kind of shit. It's kind of like it's way too busy. It's way too packed. Um, I can hardly hear individuals speaking. It's really bad. So I usually go to the park, like I said. Um, a couple of my friends usually hang out there instead as well, for similar reasons. and they just don't like crowds. So it's just nicer, you know. You don't get the advantage of like people watching and being in pictures and stuff, which is fine. But yeah, whatever. Um, Yay! New software installed, and on the computer too, so I can actually get on with editing that. So that's cool. So yeah, I mean, there's that. So yeah, I'm going to be mostly either I'm mostly going to be either in the park or at a restaurant somewhere. So if anybody wants to meet me and is in Manchester in the UK for Bear Bash, or not even not for Bear Bash or whatever, like come and hang out and stuff. If you're a really good friend of mine and want to make a video with me or something, I also do have the ability of like going somewhere nearby and actually recording that, so that'll be cool. That is the second problem or second point, the second thing I want help on. While I'm there, is there a video that you guys want me to make? Like after I've edited this video, I'm going to be done with this week's topic. So that's why all the topics are scrolling on the screen right now. So yeah, I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to ideas. I will be bringing like all of my stuff that I bought from Vegas. Basically, my suitcase from Vegas has been transferred into a smaller bag, just so it's easier to get in and out of the car. So everything that I brought with me to Vegas is coming with me to Manchester. Mainly because I think I'm going to be meeting at least one friend, and we may make a video, but I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, so I will have with me, and let me know if you want me to bring anything else. I will have with me my leather stuff. So that's the big boy harness, the one that can go up here and on my tummy. Not at the same time. You have to pick one. The new harness, I've got a new harness that was featured in a video not so long ago. The leather waistcoat, which I will be wearing anyway, and it still does have that weird stain thing, which I'm kicking myself because I had access to 2 boot blacks that know all about leather care and stuff, and completely forgot to ask them, when I went to Vegas, completely forgot to ask them how to get rid of this thing or how to fix this thing. It's just not cool. So I have my leather waistcoat, my rubber, my leather. I've got my leather executioner hood. I've also got my rubber vest, my rubber pig hood, and I don't know why I'm counting these off. The string vest, my leather gloves. I think that's it. I think that's everything that I took with me to Vegas that is also coming with me. But yeah, so all of that stuff is in a bag, all ready to go to Manchester. So there you go. What else have I got? Well, I can bring anything else as well to make a new video. So yeah. Yeah. So if anybody's got like a custom video that they would like, if they are, especially if they are patron or something, then I will try my best to make it. And if you're in Manchester, then message me on something, and I will we'll see. If it's somebody that I don't know, if it's a complete like I've never met you before or anything, then of course I would like to have a drink with you first, or at least hang out with you, like in the surrounding area somewhere, and then we might make the video. It depends how we get on first, because obviously I'm not going to just have a random person come into my hotel room and like, you know, I wouldn't feel comfortable with just like, being the daddy sir to a random person that I've never met before, straight off the bat. I need to get to know you a little bit. We need to have like I said, we need to have a drink or something. I mean, bonus points if you bring donuts. I mean, then maybe straight away, but I don't know. God, this really annoying skin thing. I don't know how well it comes up on camera. Before I actually edit you, let me have a look on the mirror. Yeah, it's not really showing up. It kind of does. There's like an area just around, just here, and it's a slightly darker skin, and it's kind of like it feels smoother, but it feels way more sensitive, and it kind of hurts a little bit. It's almost like I've been burnt or something, but it's strange because it's just this bit. Again, this happens. This does actually happen every now and again to just random parts on my skin because I have terrible skin, because I basically lived in a swimming pool with lots and lots of chlorine and stuff from like the 60s, from like the 40s to the 60s or whatever. It was a really old swimming pool, but I lived in there for like a few years of basically all my teenage years and my preteens. I fucking love swimming so much. I really, 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 really want a swimming pool. I just like want to be around or in a swimming pool a lot. I'd settle for a hot tub. I would settle for a hot tub, but ideally, like, if I basically won the lottery or like had a better choice, like got an even better paying job. This job doesn't pay that bad, but it doesn't. It's not swimming pool kind of like mansion. I wouldn't even want a mansion. That's the weird thing. Why not get lotion or Vaseline? We don't have any. Plus, I'm gonna have a shower. Like immediately after I finish editing this, I'm gonna run into the house and I'm having a shower. And I've got this I've got Dove, which is really good. It makes my skin feel awesome. If I've got any like problems like this, I basically just like put a bunch of that on it, rub it, maybe even do a little tiny bit of gentle exfoliation, and then basically like rinse it off, and it usually is just like instantly feels way better. So I'm going to do that, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to put something else on it. I don't know. And if that doesn't work and it actually becomes more visible, because I don't know why it's not showing up on camera. It really isn't showing up on camera. I've had this since like yesterday, but it's like right there. And it's really annoying because I can't see the camera. I can't see the screen while I'm doing this, but it's right here. This whole area. Nope. Oh, you can kind of see it. You can kind of. Son of a bitch. In person, it's very noticeable. There's a definite texture change from one side of my forehead to the other. It's like it's really, really noticeable. It's creepy. Very uncool, you guys. Very uncool. Anyway, I should actually edit this stupid video so I can actually have my shower and just like cover my entire face with Dove. So yeah. Otherwise, I'm feeling okay. I kind of have like a meeting tomorrow. That it's a vague meeting. I might not. I might not do it. It kind of depends how I'm feeling, because I've been kind of a bit bummed out. I've been to I've been on vacation. Whenever I come back from vacation, no. Whenever I come back from vacation, I'm always a little bit bummed out. But because I've been on a no um like a almost an anti-depression kind of kick recently, where basically I've done my absolute best to not get my hopes up for anything, not make huge not make any big positive expectations. This has really helped me stay away from the big waves of depression. I just had like a baseline of depression, but it's not been that bad because I've been kind of functional. But over the past couple of days, I've just been hammered with the big waves. And it's mostly because I keep getting reminded of and thinking of stuff that I should have done while I was on vacation. So I've had the regular kind of like post con depression, PCD. Is that what that is? I know of it. I went, I helped run a sci-fi convention. So yeah. It's just that it's never really hit me quite as bad as this, because I had the regular thing, plus then I had it seemed that all of the big waves just kind of like tsunamied on me, of all the shit that I was avoiding. It's kind of like I had a bunch of un I tried to be on this kind of like kick of not having huge or even regular kind of like expectations of positive stuff happening, right? But in the back of my head, I was still doing that, but only for the vacation. And when all of that stuff that I had great expectations for, that I didn't know about, didn't happen on vacation, it kind of was it kind of like added to the mega. It kind of exploded in this huge kind of like depression bomb. So for the past couple of days, I've been thinking about unaliving myself. Which has been not cool. I know. I agree. It's uncool. It will make a lot of people depressed. It will make them very sad. Annoyingly, I care about that, so I can't unalive myself. But yeah, it's just been well, that's been tough, obviously. But what can you do? I mean, I can't kill myself. It's annoying because I can't just kill myself, because that would make people sad. So it's like, oh, but that would be like the ultimate solution to this problem I've got. I know. By the way, I'm not making fun of like suicidal thoughts or basically depression or anything. I'm just trying to like explain to people, because I know some of you can definitely relate to the whole annoying thing of I mean, this is like the ultimate solution, but it would just be, it would cause other people problems, and I don't want to do that because I'm a people pleaser. So like I do have that annoying thought in the back of my head that it's like, you wouldn't worry about any of this stuff though. I mean, you wouldn't. That's one of the things that this will help with. And it's like, yeah, but while I am here, knowing that it's gonna, it pisses me off. So yeah. it's the usual thoughts, the usual bad thoughts, just lots of them happening all the time, all at once. Um, and I mean, I recorded this video like 2 days ago, and I haven't done any editing because of these bad thoughts. So yeah, super fun times, super fun times. However, I will say this: um, the annoying part of my brain that basically when I have depression, um, isn't satisfied with just playing stupid games, just stupid, like not really important, like usually uninteresting games to me. Um, hasn't been back. So I've been playing kind of like Rogue Tower and watching TV, and Deep IO. You know the little kind of like IO tank game thing. I've been playing these games, and they've been weirdly satisfying at kind of like stopping me thinking about it so much. So I mean that's something, but it is also annoying because I do want to get on with like editing and work and and artwork and stuff. You know, I do want to get on with all of these things, and I just it's just like whenever I stop and I think about doing any of these things, that's when the bad thoughts kind of try to get me, and that's not cool. So yeah, I think it's basically the Vegas event, the big Vegas vacation is kind of like I feel like it should go on for longer, but I can't afford it to go on for longer. But it should have, you know. It feels like it all happened very fast. Um, I had like a bunch of friends that basically said that they wanted to do various things like all the time when we were there, and also like before, like building up before going to this event. And I mean, they never happened. And it's not because like they're bad people or they didn't want to do them. It's because there's not enough time. There just isn't enough time. Like they were busy. I wasn't really busy, but I basically like kept myself busy. You know. Yeah, I get it. It's just that I feel like there should be more scheduling, but at the same time, like, and we're not blaming you, Roscoe, but every time that somebody basically said to me, like, I was like, so we're doing this after this, or we're doing that after that, or we're gonna go, so we're gonna do this. It's just every time that somebody said something like that, it kind of took me out of the actual moment of just enjoying it now, and making me think about time, and that kind of like I mean, it's only good for one or two things. It's only good for if we need to go eat somewhere, or um, if I've got like pre-planned events that I forgot about anyway, which is the reason why I don't have any cigars right now, which is annoying. Um, so yeah, it's just that because I hate it when people do that to me on vacation. Um, yeah, it that's a problem, but also it's what I go on vacation for, you know. Maybe I just need two vacations. Maybe I just need a vacation that is just pool based completely. And then also like, the the biker leather event vacation. you know. Maybe I just need two of those. Stupid life bullshit. doesn't everybody doesn't everybody need like at least like two really good, like just 1 week long vacations like this, you know? Ugh. I mean, technically, I'm getting that next year, but at the same time, I'm not really. Because next year, I'm going to, hopefully, I'm going to be going back to Vegas, but also, I'm going to Disneyland, Disney World, Disney World. I'm going to Disney World. I can't, why do I every single time I'm going to Disney World? So I'll technically get my pool vacation, but I won't because Damon will definitely want to go around Disney, the actual park, and not just stay at the hotel like I want to do. So yay, park. I swear that there's gonna have to be one day, and I know it's not my 50th birthday, but there's gonna have to be one day where we just chill by the pool. Please, just one. I just want one. I just want one. But then there's gonna be also Vegas, so hopefully I'll get more. Just more pool time next year. More pool time next year. So that'd be good. I just need a friend that lives like in either a subtropical or a tropical location that I can visit semi regularly. As a pool, you know. Oh my god. I mean, I was going to be even more kind of like selfish and just be like, that would let me live with them, but you know that would be yeah. I'm not, you know, I'm not that lazy. I'm not that lazy. I need to do work or something. I don't want to live in California. I'm just trying to think of like the places where if I could pick any place on earth to basically live where I can have an outside pool fairly all year round, the way you know it wouldn't be unacceptable to have like pool parties all year round. Um, then where's it going to be? And it's basically like I don't want to live in California. You know, I mean I like the idea. I like the idea of Florida. You know, and if I'm trying to if I want to go like more Mediterranean, I mean that's cool too. Somebody was like a relative of mine was actually talking about like New Zealand. I'm basically thinking of like places where like they speak English, and I'm not racist. I'm really not. It's just that although I can understand like several languages, I can't speak them. I've got a speech impediment and I've got dyslexia, which kind of like it's kind of like two big no-nos when it comes to trying to learn to speak another language. I can understand a couple of languages, you know, I can understand almost fluent German as long as I basically am eased into it. You know, I learnt German a long time ago, and basically, uh, it just kind of I need to be like submerged in the actual kind of like language, you know, before basically, well, I need it kind of like around me a lot, just slowly like replacing English, and then I can basically understand everything and even say a couple of things. But I need to be like I just if somebody's gonna yell German at me, it's basically like it would take like 3 or 4 times unaided repetition before basically I started to understand exactly what they're saying. But yeah, It's kind of like when I went to Berlin, like that was great, but then it was kind of it was only great for like the last couple of days, because by then my brain had adjusted, you know, so it's like it remembered all of the German. So it was at the point where I was like in a supermarket in Berlin, and I was just like reading something on the side of like a ketchup bottle, because I was actually learning what the, you know, the currywurst sauce was, which by the way is just ketchup with curry powder. That's Berlin's signature sauce. That's their signature food, in fact. It's sausage with this stuff on it. Curry powder, ketchup. That's their thing. That's their main food. So dumb. Anyway, I was reading this jar of basically this pre-mixed ketchup and curry powder, and I was basically reading it. And I was like, this is weird. Yeah, I was pointing it out to my friend. It's like, this is weird. It's kind of, I mean, it's just ketchup, and it just says here, it basically admits that it's just ketchup and curry sauce. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, it says it right here. And I was like, oh, it's in German. It's in fully in German. And I was like, oh, right, cool. It took me like, that was 3 days into the trip. And then after that, like I could basically just read all the signs, and it was really cool. But at the same time, it was kind of like completely unhelpful, because I still had to speak English at these German people, even though they were talking to me in German. And it was kind of annoying, because it's like, you know, most places on Earth, they respect you a lot more if you try to make the effort to at least learn a couple of words, you know, the most common ones, you know. So basically, somebody would say good morning to me in another language, just wherever I've been. Somebody usually would say good morning to me. My brain would process it, completely translate it, and I would understand what they're saying. And then I'd say, oh, morning. And then they kind of like give me a kind of like happy, and because I didn't make the effort. And it's like, I can't do it. I physically can't do it. I have a learning this. I'm retarded. I'm sorry. Not made any progress on any editing at all. Put some files, pre-rendered them. That's all I've done so far. Yeah, but most of the locals, yeah. So I would like to move someplace that where everybody speaks English, basically, at least as a second language, you know. So essentially, I'll probably be okay in Japan, you know, because a lot of the places there, especially the touristy places, like like most of Tokyo, they have like signs in English and in Japanese, and that's great. And they don't mind, especially if you're basically a a tourist as well, unless you're living there, because then they really don't like it, because of the whole, again, they're not racist. It's because they don't think that that foreigners will assimilate. You know, they don't think that foreigners will adopt the culture and stuff, and that's perfectly reasonable, because apparently in the past a lot of foreigners haven't like given a shit. um So yeah, I'd probably be okay with like most places that have, like, living in places that speak English, or have English as like the primary second language, primary secondary language. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, apparently Mexico is really good for this as well. You know, they don't yell at you because you're being racist because you're speaking English. Like, they get it. You know. So yeah. I'll make sure to have the cigar warehouse on schedule. It's okay. It's past, Roscoe, but yeah. we should find some locations for the Tubbs house. Annoyingly, I happen to be in love with my soulmate, and he lives here. So annoyingly, realistically, moving out of this place will be not good. So it would have to be like a second home or something, you know. Unless basically I get stuck there, like I physically can't move, like I can't fit on a plane anymore to basically go home back here again, you know. So I'm okay with like you planning this, but yeah. Um, Arizona is Arizona. I've it's just I've heard that Arizona's like incredibly cold. Like their winters are incredibly cold, and plus sometimes at night, sometimes in most places in Arizona, it's also at night it's incredibly cold. It's because it's basically like a lot of it's desert, and that's just desert climate. I mean, I think you noticed even in Vegas that at some nights it could get incredibly cold, but in the day it was like super hot. But yeah, I guess you could stream it on Discord if that helps. What would stream? What the editing? I mean, no, I'm here now, so yeah. I had Itchy's here. Hey, hey, Itchy. I had a dream that you and I actually lived in Japan, but we were like 15 years older. Yeah, I mean, I, I definitely want to visit Japan. Even be okay with like an extended visit if basically I was visiting like a friend that like lived there or something. So yeah, I definitely want to like visit Japan. I keep hearing like really good things and like seeing a bunch of really good stuff. Um, and like I really like uh well, I really like the artwork and the culture and all of that stuff, and I definitely want to see. I definitely there's like a list of shrines. Like when I was like 19, I me and Ellen, um, my ex girlfriend, basically we made a list of shrines to visit in Japan because she was super into the whole like studying the Shinto religion and the culture and stuff like that. She was very into kind of like the shrines and like the spirits and the demons and all that stuff. And it's like uh, I mean, it is fascinating. It is fascinating. It's basically one of the reasons why I fucking love her is because, like, we have this kind of shared thing about mythology, and like she's very into the whole kind of like the obscure mythology stuff. So a lot of the stuff that we don't really hear about, and I'm very much into the more traditional like paganistic European ones, mainly only because the there's a lot more set kind of like literature about them, you know. So basically, like the stories are very kind of like they're very kind of like wound up in like everybody knows this one version of them or a bunch of versions of them have been kind of collected, and this is the best story we've got for a bunch of this mythology. Whereas, like a lot of the other stuff, you know, a lot of the other mythology outside of Europe is kind of wrapped up in different versions, and they can be radically different tales about like how certain things happen. Um, and one of the problems with like one of the things that I liked about Japan is that the Shinto, you know, the Shinto religion is fascinating, and they do have a very good like mythology. It's just there's way too much of it, and all of the stories, apart from like one or two, are like kind of just they're just not well known enough for there to be enough kind of like reading material about them. So I wasn't that interested because there was I was reading up way too much on the other mythology, you know. Whereas she was fascinated about like all of these other tales and stuff like that. So she basically made a list of shrines to go visit in Japan, and it does sound fun. Plus, it's really good hiking. Japan is one of these places where it's incredibly good hiking. Um, you know, they're not like super hard trails to do. So a fat guy like me could easily go around and hike around Japan. And like because they are so hospitable, you know, hospitable. What's the word? I think it is hospitable. Hospitality. You know, the Japanese are very, you know, they're well known for their hospitality and stuff like that. Especially to visitors. They fucking love them. You know, again, it's like most places on Earth. Um, a lot of people, a lot of people like tourists, but they don't like people who are basically going to settle like in places. And again, it's not usually because of racism. Usually, it's purely because they don't think you're going to adopt the culture. So, yeah. You want to vote for Glutton Week? Okay. Do you have a video idea? Because I'm going to be in Manchester with a hotel room. Sometimes to myself, mostly to myself. So it will depend on what's at the supermarket for Glutton Week. If I was gonna make a glutton video. So yeah, where is it? There it is. Um, never been. Oh wait, those shrines are so pretty. They are so pretty, and they basically like. You know, I'm not sounding like not to sound like a cheap bastard. Not to sound like a cheap bastard, but Japanese shrines, free stuff. They often give you free stuff, or they they at least basically they usually have something to do. You know, they're not just shrines like, oh, don't they look pretty? It's like visiting a church. They basically like they'll give you like a wish or a little totem or something. You know, they'll give you something to basically like remember your time at the shrine and stuff like that. But sometimes they'll give you stuff, and there's always something to do. Like you basically like will write down your wish, and you tie it to a piece of like a string or whatever. And if your wish doesn't like break, the paper that you've written it down, if when you're tying it up doesn't break, then it will come true, or like it will be like a mini spell or something. Um, or you get to honor the shrine gods, honor the shrine, touch the tree, something. There'll be something to do at these shrines. They aren't just like a church that you go visit. You know, it's like because it's pretty. You know, it's pretty, but also you get to do stuff, and also they give you free shit. So it's like, you know, like filling up like it might be just as simple as basically lighting some incense, or like uh, painting half of a rock and then putting it in a pond or something. You know, it's stuff like that. They give you something to do. It's an activity day. I know that sounds like disrespectful and stuff like that, but you just visiting the shrine is basically like it does honor to whatever the shrine is there for. So Plus, they all have their own mascots, and they're usually cute little critters. So yeah. um. That sounds good. Never been hiking before, Roscoe. I mean, you've been. Have you done like an urban hiking? You know, have you walked a great distance in a city or something? Because then that's, I mean, that's kind of like hiking. It's kind of just like that, but usually hiking is like in nature. You know, in a park or something. Like I complained a bit last time I was on stream about like when I was in Vegas. I basically was keeping up with people with their walking, and I kept getting blisters and stuff. Whereas normally when I walk, I don't really get blisters, but that's basically because I take a lot of breaks or I have a slower, steadier pace and stuff. And that's just because my damn fucking shoes don't ever fit me. I need to have like custom made shoes or something, but that's really expensive. That's what you're gonna do. But no, I love hiking. Um, you can add a vote if you wanted to. So that dream got me horny. Why are you sorry about that? It's okay. We all have dreams and thoughts and stuff. It's okay. Or did you mean the dream about me and Itchy living in Japan? Again, I would be okay with that. I mean, I look both good in a, oh fuck, what is it called? I used to know what the, is it Mawashi? A Mawashi? Um, although they are not cool. Uh, the belts that sumo wrestlers wear. You know they're designed to basically compact your nuts into your body. They're designed to squish your nuts into your body. There's a reason why they walk funny when they basically are walking to or from the ring. It's because basically their nuts are kind of like crammed either like inside their fat pads or basically in between their legs. They kind of don't really have a choice. This garment forces them in that position. It basically is like it's designed to be that way. It's incredibly tight in between your legs, but it can be quite loose around you, and that's mainly because um, some sumo practices enable you to actually like grab a hold of the actual belt part. So yeah, you can get incredible like grip on that, but you can't grip like as an oiled up sumo wrestler as easy as their mawashi or whatever it's called. But yeah, oh, I forgot why we were talking about this. Like I look good in one of those loosely put on, and also uh, basically a Jedi robe. I'm trying to think of the actual name of it. I mean, I look good in that and that, but yeah. Just makes me look like a big bell, you know. But yeah, I keep thinking of the female word for the outfit, but I can't remember the male version. But yeah, but no, I mean that would be cool. And again, the Japanese apparently like fat guys, so I'm okay with this. You love the stash. Well, the stash has never left. Is it just the giant double chin? I've been getting that. I basically like sent it to like I've only sent the picture to two friends, and it's been on there. But yeah, I've been getting nothing but basically dad stuff, or the fact that my double chin is huge, just from people all the time. I'm okay with the dad thing, but the double chin thing is kind of like, I'm okay with it. I should be okay with it, right? But for some reason, it makes me uncomfortable only because I hear my mother basically talking about me. You know, so whenever I've never had the beard, whenever I shave the beard off, and I see my mother, that's the only time that she brings up my weight ever. You know, that's the only time she'll ever bring up my weight. She'll never, she'll still try to give me food and stuff, which is nice. But while she's doing it, she basically she will like bring up like my regular diet and stuff. It will come up a lot more, just the heaviness and stuff of me. But when I have a beard, nothing. She doesn't talk about it at all. So weird, so weird. So yeah, I don't mind it so much. It's just that I wish that I never had that. Plus, it just makes me very self conscious about the extra big chin. You know, it's a thing. That's cool. I didn't know they gave you stuff too at shrines. Yes, a lot of shrines they either give you something or give you something to do. The best shrines do both. You know, you at least get like a little card to bring home. That's the least thing, and it usually has kind of like an like a like a symbol, or or even a paw print. It depends what the mascot is, I guess. And then it'll have like a little personalized message or something. So yeah, a lot of shrines in Japan, they do this. They either give you free stuff. I think I mean, it's been years since I researched this, but it's just that does anybody still follow PewDiePie? PewDiePie? Because I've been following his journey, because he's living in Japan now, and whenever they go to a shrine, I do notice that they do get like free stuff, um, in the form of at least a card whenever they visit a shrine, and they always do look pretty, unless it's like misty or something that day. So yeah. Excuse me. Thank you, Travis. The walk we did in Vegas is the longest I did whatever in your whole life. That's not good, dude. um, you should walk more. It's really good for you. It's like really good for you. Like I usually do like a mile of walking a day. Um, unless I've got like huge depression or some bullshit like that. So I haven't been doing it since I've been back from Vegas. I haven't been on my little walk. But yeah, I mean, you guys have seen on Google Maps, Google Earth, whatever, where I live, or the area around where I live, and how empty it is. So basically, there's this river that I go, and I have a walk every single day usually. And that's that's like a mile or two of walking. But no, I used to every year I basically I still do this. Every year I go to London and I have the river walk. Where I walk. I walk from on one of the banks of the Thames. I pick a side, and then I basically try to get for for the entire day. I try to travel as far as I can along the bank, And at one point, this is going to mean nothing to a bunch of people who don't don't know geography, but at one point I went from like Vauxhall to Greenwich almost. um, it's fucking miles. It's fucking miles. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, it's like even like Big Ben to Tower of London. Like I've done that. That's pretty fun. So yeah. Well, I'm cold, wet, and tired, and the shrines sound awesome. You're cold, wet, and tired? The shrines do sound awesome. What? I kind of want to see Tubbs in a samurai outfit. Um, just watch Avatar, and during the, I kind of look like Appa, but I don't have extra arms in a samurai outfit. At least that's what I imagine I'd look like, you know, because it's just a rounder samurai outfit, you know. Uh, you have the camping RV dad look. Okay. It's just the yeah. See, this is the time I need to get my bowler hat out, my rounded glasses, and my pipe, and basically go to that pub in London. You know the Fat Walrus, and see if I can get a free drink. I've heard of Peter Pan in a while. Yeah, he's gonna be a dad or something. At least he is already a dad. I don't know. But yeah, it's like he moved to Japan, and some of the videos that they've made there have been fascinating. It's kind of re energized my excitement for wanting to go to Japan. You know, because I've never been to Asia. You know, like I've been to the Mediterranean. I've been to the African continent. I've been meaning I've been to like the oh my god, what is the coast? Oh my god, Tunisia, the North Africa, basically. You know, I don't really want to go to South America. I'm sorry. Um, every single story that I've ever heard from anybody, any of my friends, any family members, has always been like there's just some real horror stories that come out of like their trips there. So yeah. Been to America a few times. Um, you know, kind of want to go to Australia if it wasn't so on fire and full of animals that want to kill me. But also, it's just that's just never really been that's just never been accessible. You know, Australia's just been it's literally on the other side of the planet. I can't really get there. I can't really get there cheaply, and I can't get there in one hop. You know, like they need to there needs to be like a cruise ship that goes all the way there or something. Then I'll probably be okay with it, but no. But yeah, I do want to go to Asia, and I do like either want to go to Korea or I want to go to Japan. Like those two sound fun, you know. um, so yeah, I do, but yeah. So I've always wanted to kind of visit Japan for a couple of reasons, and that's one of them. But also, watching PewDiePie videos has basically made me kind of want to go more. You know, it's just because I keep getting reminded every time he makes a video, every time like I get posted a video from him, that it's nice there. I mean, that's it. That's literally it. I want to do the river walk with you, says Itchy. I mean, you did part of it, but we skipped over a few bits because you weren't here for long. But I mean, we did the Thames taxi. I think we've done that a couple of times now. Was that, or was that just once? I don't know. The Thames taxi is basically just like you get on a boat, and it goes from it go. You know, there's several taxi points along the Thames, so you get on a boat, and it's just a big bus that goes from one stop to another, and you get off wherever you need to get off. Not like a huge weird concept, but yeah. When Itchy was here, when we went to London, I think we went from the Tower of London to as close as we could get to the London Eye or Big Ben. So yeah. But I mean, we could do the river walk as long as you slow down, and get me food. we stop at all of the sandwich places. They make really good sandwiches in London. I don't know why, but you basically get like not a chain restaurant or anything. Like they've got a bunch of Pretz and stuff. But if you go to like just a sandwich place, a place that makes sandwiches, for some reason in London, sandwiches, they make them good. They make sandwiches good, and I'm talking about like 2 pieces of bread, like my sandwiches, like you've seen on Discord. You know, it's like actual 2 pieces of bread with like just stuff in them. You know, whenever there's like a sandwich shop, there's just like it's always pretty good, like an independent sandwich shop. So yeah, we can get like a different sandwich at every single place. Or just the pub sandwiches. Pub sandwiches are usually really good. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they seem to have those a bunch along the banks and stuff. There are parts of the Thames, of course, that the Thames banks that you can't actually get to because they're either residential or they've got like something there. I don't know. So you have to go around the buildings and stuff, and I usually do that part, and that's kind of hiking because you don't know how long you're gonna not see the water for, you know. So yeah, that's one of the things though why it's fun, because it's finding these bits. But yeah, but we did do a bunch of walking along the Thames anyway, Itchy. I do remember it. I remember doing that with you. I do. It was super nice. It was super nice. I'm gonna want to see you in that outfit again. What outfit? What outfit? I'm gonna watch those. I love seeing people visit Japan. What you mean? You're gonna watch the PewDiePie videos? They're good. They're good, but they're a bit sad because spoilers. But like at some point while they were there, his dog Maya passed away, and she was a very very sweet pug. And it's a very emotional video when basically that when suddenly you know it's going to happen because you've seen a thumbnail at some point, but you basically like you see her in videos, and then all of a sudden she's not in videos, and he basically is crying, and it's like, oh, very sad. But they do get like they have got another dog as well. Before Maya passed away, they got another dog as well to add to their family, and it's like she's very sweet. She's tiny. She's cute. She's itchy. Yeah. Spiders the size of face huggers. Oh, you mean in Australia? Yeah. I mean, it's it's just apparently they're not. I keep getting told by people that it's like, oh yeah, all of the monsters and the fire, it being on fire and stuff like that. It's all very exaggerated, you know. But I mean, like, I can't resist the place where in another universe, Bluey exists. You know, I can't resist to going to a place where Bluey basically exists. I know that's stupid. I know that's stupid. I'm not super dumb, but it's just that Bluey exists. So plus they got gators. I mean, I like gators. I don't know who KQ is, but they keep saying something in a language that I don't understand. I could never live there with those spiders. Fuck that. Again, I wouldn't want to live there mainly because of climate reasons. Um, it's usually like oppressively hot in winter, and it's just crazy. I mean, it's like like in Spain they have their siestas. They kind of like have this these couple of hours in the middle of the day where everything shuts, everything closes down, everybody goes inside, and they have a little nap, or they basically like, they have a very chilled lunch, laying down in front of a fan or something. They basically everybody stays away from the sun because it will kill you. However, in Australia, I think they should adopt one of these policies because, like, they don't do that. And like I said, well, like probably, the place is on fire sometimes. It just is on fire sometimes. It's yeah. I mean, that's the main reason why I wouldn't go is mainly because of that. Plus, I wouldn't want to go to the beach ever because not only are there sharks just all the time around fucking Australia, but also there's a jellyfish that could kill you, and there are sea crocodiles that will literally just chomp on your foot when you're laying on the beach, and then they'll just slowly crawl backwards, and there's nothing you can do about it. You are going into the once you get into the ocean with this thing, it will kill you, and it's like, no, no, thank you, no, no, thank you, and I know, it's all been exaggerated. There isn't that much. I mean, it's not. There's not much of this actually happening. People aren't en masse being killed by jellyfish and sharks and crocodiles that just murder crocodiles. But it does happen. It happens enough that basically it's like every single town, every single coastal town will have basically like it's like, oh yeah, it only happens like once a year. It's like, right, but if you add up all of these instances and all of these coastal towns, if you add all of these up, then it's like, yeah, once a year, like hundreds of people die from box jellyfish, shark attacks, and crocodiles that will just take you into the ocean and then murder you. Murder crocodiles. I'll just call them murder crocodiles from now on. It's like, no. Like if I could basically like land a spaceship, and my spaceship has this really cool like huge glass window on the back with a pool and like a little park area and stuff like that. And I would put it in Australia, and then I would just like I'd mostly not leave it. But then what would be the point of going to Australia? You know, whatever. I feel like Australia is housing Godzilla under that landmass. What? I mean, that's a weird one, but okay. I mean, right. I wouldn't. Right. No, Australia got the turtle. Where's the best time to visit London? I'd say about now. You know, it's like when it's starting to become warmer, because it's not oppressively hot. It's kind of like New York. You know, London is just like it's a little bit. It's a little bit better than New York. You know, because like New York has these kind of like smolderingly hot. Like, I mean, you could crack an egg on the sidewalk and then and cook it kind of summers. They're crazy hot, and then they get the terrifyingly cold winters where it snows and everything's iced up and everything, and it's basically the day after tomorrow. London's a bit better than that. In the case, it basically is like, yes, it gets really hot in the middle of summer. It gets crazy hot. The parks are packed. There's nowhere to basically like sit or even sometimes fucking breathe in the park, which is weird because parks are fucking massive, you know, and there's lots of them. So you'd expect them to be not super packed, but they are. Plus, lots of concerts and stuff happen in London. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend coming in like the middle of winter, although that's okay. You know, it's okay. It's just I'd say the best times are like just before September and around about now and just before September. You know, it's kind of like those two times. Yeah, maybe even in September, because they sometimes the weather is so variable is the problem. I mean, that's one of the reasons why lots of people talk about the fucking weather, is because it changes so often in the UK. It's not always grey and shit. It's not always super sunny. It's not always, it's usually at one point in the day, you will get every single fucking bit of weather that you can imagine, seasonal appropriate, of course. You're not going to get snow in the middle of summer, but yeah. But I mean, it has its moments, you know. So yeah. That's really terrifying. Are you talking about the crocodiles? The crocodiles, the murder crocodiles? Yeah. See, saltwater crocodiles are it's just nuts. It's just nuts. It's basically like when I heard about this, it's just it's kind of like the spiders don't kill you. They usually surprise you, but they can't really kill you. So everyone talks about the spiders being the thing, but no, it's the crocodiles. It's definitely the fucking crocodile. The murder crocodiles, because yeah, on some beaches, if you find like a nice quiet part of the beach, and you basically like you want to just like go there, chill out, sunbathe, whatever, then this could happen to you. If you're in like a packed part of the a well populated beach and stuff, not like a super packed one and everything, you're probably going to be okay. But if you basically like have like a private beach or nobody's on the beach or whatever, there's usually a reason for that. It's because of the murder crocodiles. It's whatever. They're basically like they're not even, some of them aren't even that big, you know. But I mean, like they're as big. They're in between like the size of a person, and and a small car. You know, it's kind of like there's this much range in size. Only unlike a person, even if you get like the person-sized one, and they start trying to drag you in, they've got giant teeth, and they've already got your foot. So it's like, you're already bleeding. You're already in pain. You're gonna if you fight this thing, you're gonna cause more damage. It's gonna kill you anyway. You might as well just take like a cyanide capsule, or like, hold on to a grenade or something. It's just you're dead. It's like, fucking, that is annoying. But when I first heard about this, I was like, this is one of the most horrible ways to die ever. Why did I hear about this? This is not cool. But yeah, this happens, like, again, like, there'll in every single beachside town or city, in Australia. I think it's mostly the north. It's either mostly the north or mostly the south. Once a year, this happens to somebody. One of the most scariest deaths I could ever imagine. It just happens to somebody. It's like, fuck off. Bad. London is way better than New York. Again, I've not been to New York, but it's just that, I had a cousin who came from New York, and like, he said that it's like that. They get the extremes, but most of the time, it's fairly predictable weather in New York. Most of the time, it's fairly predictable weather. London's just not like that. I mean, it has its moments where it does have like crazy hot days, but unlike New York, it will probably only happen like one day where it'll be incredibly hot, whereas New York has like at least 2 weeks of this, of like they have at least one heat wave in the middle of summer, at least one of just like unbearably hot temperatures, and they will have like whole months of unbearably cold temperatures, whereas London is kind of like, it can be, it can have like this for like, it can have the hot thing for like one day, maybe two, and they'll call it heat wave, where basically it's unbearably hot. Most of the time, it's in the summer, it's just nice, unless you're actually in the sunlight, and then it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it gets snow, it gets fog, it gets all of the weathers, it gets rain and stuff like that. Right now here in the UK, in my part of the UK, temperatures are around about like the first couple of days in Vegas that we were there. It's like, it's not super cold, but it's not warm either. Around about 11, 12 degrees on average, except for at night, in which case it's like 6 degrees something. It really is like Vegas. Stop yawning. Do not yawn. I think I'm going to have to abandon the editing. I'm just going to have to do that later, because I've been on stream for how long? 89 minutes. I really did want a shower. It's so fucking clean in comparison. What, London? Really? I mean, I don't know. Again, it's it will depend on where you are in New York. It's like my cousin was a cop, and he basically said that Manhattan, like midtown Manhattan, around the park and everything, he said that is like pristine. He said that was at least it used to be kind of like pristine. It's like it's shiny. It goes ding every now and again. You know, the floor's so clean. It's crazy. It's crazy clean. But then again, like Midtown is kind of isn't that like the most expensive part or something? You know, like do we get anything done? It's like I'll say in a minute we didn't, but yeah, the part where it's basically like the park and a little bit just like a couple of blocks around the park and stuff like that, like that was his bit. So basically, like that part is he was a cop, but I mean like that part is kind of like again it's pristine, it's shiny, it's like new. Um, so he said it was great. So I don't know how clean any other part of New York is, but he did say that like if you go up or down either way, then it kind of gets a little bit more dirty. But he's been to London, and he said that he didn't say that it was like any more cleaner than New York. So I don't know though. I don't know. How many times have you been to New York, Itchy? I mean, I know you've been there, or you at least have you been there like once? Tell me your location history for the past 12 years. Do it. Next year trip to London then. Go for it. Go for it. I mean, it's again, it's nice here. It's London's nice. The touristy bits of London definitely nice. The parks nice. Um, it's just the primarily residential areas of London, which are huge and like around London. Um, there's a couple bits inside, kind of a bit not nice. Mainly because it's just it's London. You get you got all the problems of like a big city, but like it's a really big city. So yeah. Did we get any editing done? We got like the pre-render. Oh yeah. We got the pre-rendering for a bunch of for all the clips is done. So next time I do this, when I come back and after my shower and stuff, um, it's gonna be easy. Well, it's gonna be. I'm just gonna plug it in and then I can just do all the stuff because it's pre-rendered. So yeah. I've been to New York City probably 10 times, and once was myself, and I skateboarded the entire island in a day. Get you itchy. Yeah, I heard that. I heard about the skateboarding thing. See, I know things. I know things about you. I know stuff. I do. Um, yeah, I kind of don't want to go, but like I said, I do want to. I do want to have this shower. I want to feel clean, clean. Uh, anything anybody want to say to me or ask me before I do? Yeah. How comes you went there so many times? I know you went. I know where you come from, and I know roughly where you've lived, but yeah. How comes? How comes so many times in New York? What gives? Give me up in Discord. Well, again, I'll shower and then I'm gonna edit and then yeah. But my Discord is always open. I'm always like I always like see everything. If I'm at my computer, it's open on my page. It's just here. Ugh, I shouldn't have messed with the mustache. Now it's poking my nez. My mum would go to races a lot in Jersey, so we always made it a point to visit when we did races. You can take a bus super cheap from the hotel in Jersey. Cool. My mustache is really pissing me off. And I just choked on my own spit. Did anybody see that picture in the? Well, I know most of you did. I don't know if Itchy saw it. Anybody see that picture that I posted? I found that on Twitter, and I was like, that's it. That's perfect for so many different things. Like that's my life goal. I just want to feel like that once before I die. Probably because I'll explode or something. I don't know. Don't choke on your own spit. Don't do that. That's bad. It's because I was messing with my mustache. I wasn't paying attention to like swallowing. I was only paying attention to breathing, kind of. But yeah. But yeah, that picture, I'm just like, I can't get it out of my head. I can't get it out of my head. It's just like, nailed it. I mean, like, it's a crocodile. I think it's an alligator, which is cool, but it's not my alligator. But it's just like, it's perfect. It's the exact shape and like proportions and everything that Pop had and then Five had, and kind of like, if I'm honest, I want. But yeah. It looks so much fun. I mean, it's probably a nightmare to be that spherical, but yeah, I'd deal with it. Definitely couldn't travel anywhere. I don't see how you would. Oh, by the way, my mother is she's in America right now. She she was always going to America. But her original plan was to take a boat, because there was one that went from Southampton in the UK to New York, and then from New York she was going to get a sleeper train down somewhere, um, in like to like Georgia or something, and then from Georgia she was going to rent a car and then drive all the way to and across the Florida Keys, you know, through Florida and stuff. And yeah, first of all, her boat caught fire, so she couldn't get on the boat. So they put her on a plane to Orlando. The plane got hit by lightning. She's fine, by the way. So she just has been in Orlando for the past like week. So that's nice. But it's kind of like I just keep thinking to myself like, why? Why is all this bad shit happening to my mother? Usually it happens to me. So yeah. She's fine, she's happy, she's having a great time, she's getting me lots of pencils. So yeah, that's great. I just thought that was funny. Good times for a movie today. Well, again, if somebody basically gives me a credible kind of like thing that I can stream from, like an actual movie title or like a video title or something, and I'm online, and basically I respond to like your request, then yeah. Otherwise, anybody can stream in the movie thing. Anybody can stream. I don't mind. Um, so yeah, basically, just I need to know if you want to watch a movie. But the thing is that once it gets to kind of like 3 a.m. UK time, I basically close the window at 4 a.m. because either I've got to sleep or nobody be around or yeah, I just I don't want to fall in the habit of basically watching movies, uh, as the sun's coming up here, because I'm trying to get my sleep back in order, because it's gonna annoy me, That's really annoying my throat. I'm gonna have a drink or something in a minute. Um, the extra tin is kind of like so annoying. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there you go. Those are the rules. But anybody can basically stream anything they want. There's like an arcade even for people who want to stream their games that they're playing and stuff. So yeah. Movie today. I thought that was on Sundays. Again, I mean, it is usually on Sundays, but it can be for any time. Like anytime anybody wants to suggest something to me and they want me to stream it, then basically, yeah, it could be any day, any time, as long as it's not after 4 a.m. my time. So yeah. You wish you could be that big? It would be very impractical. But I mean, like, I'm okay with it. I've had enough life experience where basically, like, I'm okay with dealing with problems of being that spherical. I'm okay with that. I mean, it would be annoying because I do want to come to America again, but I just don't see how it would be feasible at that width being on a plane ever. you know, I mean, I have problems being on a plane at my current width, so it's like I don't. Yeah, unless I'm already in America, it's probably not going to happen. It's really annoying. Ugh. I mean, put you in the back of a shipping truck. A shipping truck. Um, I forgot what places you have. What the streaming sites? I can stream anything from Amazon, Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube, and is there another one? I feel like there's another one on my computer. Oh, it used to be Paramount Plus, but that was actually my buddy Daryl's. and he has stopped paying for Paramount Plus, or his contract ended, or something. I don't know. He just doesn't. He doesn't have Paramount Plus anymore, and he was letting me watch stuff on it. I was mainly watching it for Strange New Worlds, but yeah, those are the things that I've got live access. Live access to. Sorry. Live access. I have access to. Thankfully, most of the stuff that you can see on Paramount Plus in the UK is still available on Amazon. It used to be good for all the Star Trek stuff. They used to have all Star Trek in one place. That was on Paramount Plus. But you can also, if you're in the UK, watch most of the Star Trek series. I think even some of them are available on Disney Plus now. So, but yeah, on Netflix, I think Netflix has most of the Star Trek stuff, but you can also watch some of it on there. Whatever. So I'm playing with my mustache because it looks lopsided, but it's not. It's just the way that the lighting is and how the whatever. No one cares. Except for me now, because now it's like I've noticed it. Whatever. Right. That is it. I really, really, really want to go in the shower right now. Or maybe have something to eat. I don't know. I was promised burgers tonight, but I can't have burgers because Damon fell asleep. So yeah. Can we watch Let Me Explain videos? Itchy delivery of that order is going to be like really expensive, you know. And you kind of owe me a lot of money. So I don't want it to be all used up on delivery expenses. So yeah. Let Me Explain videos. Is that the Rebecca Parham videos? Is that who you're talking about? Banner. Yeah, right. I needed clarification. I mean, we could. This is fair. We could. I've got to shower though, and then eat, and then I've got to play on the computer. I've got to do these things. And by the time that we end up watching something, it might be too late. It might be. Didn't say would. Might be. I mean, I'll consider going over the time limit since I don't really have anything to do. I don't think I have anything to do tomorrow. I've got like I said, I've got a meeting, but I'm not entirely convinced that that's happening yet. Like I haven't had like a definite thing. Plus, I think somebody just already like discorded something. Yeah, I got a DM from Roscoe. He wants to watch Star Trek Enterprise. It's the Enterprise. Has anyone seen Parks? Well, everyone's seen Parks and Recreation, but the boyfriend slash husband, whatever, of the main character, like he is the guy that says to Worf on the Defiant during the movie First Contact, "There's another ship approaching. It's the Enterprise." Like he's that guy. That he's actually in a Star Trek movie. In a movie, not the series. He's in a movie. So yeah, I thought that was funny. I thought it was cool. He's been in like a bunch of other things as well, not just Parks and Recreation. I keep seeing him in things. Like he's in a good place. He's a demon in a good place. Does anyone care, really? Nope. Nobody cares. Anyway. If you do find some time, please ping me. Well, yep. I will. But Panda's voice sounds cool. You just don't know who that is. I'm trying to remember his name. He's a demon in the Good Place, and he's in Parks and Recreation. I can't remember what does he do. I can't remember what he does. I just remember his relationship. He's the main character from Parks and Recreation. Like her. He's her boyfriend. I think they get married. I don't know exactly. I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched Parks and Recreation. I should rewatch that. Got the theme tune playing in my head now. But no, there's that guy. He's got like a almost a bit role before he was famous. Like one of his first roles was in Star Trek First Contact, and he's the guy that yells at Worf when they're in the middle of the Borg attack. Um, there's another ship coming in, and he says it's the Enterprise. The way that he says it's the Enterprise has kind of like ingrained into my head that like every single TV show, every single Star Trek TV show has its own sound bite in my brain, right? And for Star Trek Enterprise, it's him saying it's the Enterprise. Just the way that he says it, just yeah, you know. For the original series, it's kind of like there's just like this weird kind of like 60s, very very 60s kind of just music sound by it. It's music. It's just from the 60s. And for the animated series, it's like there's an episode of the Angry Beavers where they make a Star Trek reference, and that's like there's like a sound bite from that. The original animated series. What's the next one? The Next Generation. It's just the oversynthesized kind of fake orchestra from the fake real orchestra from the it's just very very quickly sped up version of that with the Next Generation kind of like zooming in. For from Deep Space Nine, it's Odo actually saying the words Deep Space Nine in one of the episodes. For Voyager, it's from the motion picture. It's actually from the soundbite in my brain whenever Voyager is mentioned is the from the motion picture. It's Vija. It's when Ilea probe basically says Vija. Just it's just that. That's just a very quick soundbite. Vija. Because it turns out that is Voyager. But spoilers, mega spoilers from a movie from the 70s. So yeah, they've all got their own like mini sound bites whenever they're mentioned. So whenever somebody mentions Enterprise, I basically just get, I just get, it's the Enterprise. Just him saying that. So yeah, is it Adam Scott? Ben White. I don't know. I don't know names, so it doesn't really matter. I rewatch it with you. What do you mean, Parks and Rec? I try to look Itchy. Whenever you say you want to rewatch something with me or watch something with me, it never works out. You end up falling asleep. I tried to look it up. I want to watch Angry Beavers now. I can't watch movie. I can't watch like TV series is that silly. I really want to. I really do wish I could watch. I tried rewatching Ed, and Eddie, and I can't. I can't stand it. I can't actually stand it anymore. But I used to really enjoy it. You know, it used to be like super enjoyable. But I can't. Like I'm sorry, my dad hat as kind of like I had to take my kid hat off, and my dad hat is on, and I can't enjoy it. I can't. Unless I actually have a child that is basically at an age that would enjoy it, I guess, then maybe I might enjoy it. But it's kind of like because I like Bluey. Ben sounds right. But yeah, I can't watch Angry Beavers. It's too stupid. It's too stupid. It's like Ed, and Eddie and the Powerpuff Girls. I used to fucking love the Powerpuff Girls, but now I can't watch Powerpuff Girls. It's too dumb. It is too dumb. It's the same with Ren and Stimpy. It's just like it's too much. It's too much stupid. I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, I might laugh at one or two, but to sit and watch them, I can't do that. It would hurt. It would hurt my brain. It would hurt too much. Yeah. It's worth it, Pat. I did it a few years back. Well, Itchy, of course, you would say that. So yeah. Adam Scott. Okay. Ben is his name in Parks and Rec. Right. Yeah, Ben does sound right. That does sound right. But yeah, that guy. Invader Zim is still grey. What? Invader Zim was good. No, I can enjoy Invader Zim mostly because it is hilarious. Like Invader Zim is hilarious. It is funny. It's too fucking short. That should have been like a 7 series thing. I want to see. I want to see way more Invader Zim. I'm really bummed that it only lasted like. Didn't it only last like 1 or 2 seasons or something? It was like incredibly short, like time wise. They existed. I finished Ed, and Eddie like 2 weeks ago again. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's sometimes it is too dumb. Like there's gold. Excuse me. Like there's gold in it. There is gold. There's comedy gold in Ed, and Eddie. I remember them, but I don't want to watch through all of the shit and the kiddie stuff and the jokes that that are too obvious and stuff like that. It's too much of that. It's like rewatching Family Guy. It's just I've heard all the jokes before, and all of the golden jokes are just kind of like they're they're too few and far between. It's just like it's not. You like ice cream? You like. Also, I didn't know that there was a Gurr fat scene in the Halloween episode. They go through a bunch of different, like, kind of like fetishes, like, well, most stuff does, but um, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of horror stuff as well in Invader Zim. I think that's what kind of like it's it's kind of like the fact that both of these things are it's funny and it's horrific at the same time. But yeah, I mean the most prevalent memory I have of Invader Zim besides the Gurr stuff because Gurr is just funny. I just like it when he says "Gurr" and he kind of like drops from the ceiling onto his head from nowhere. I love that when he's calling for his dog, his robot dog. But yeah, I love Gurr. Um, but yeah, the most prevalent. He's going through a plan in which he wants to take the moon. I think he's trapped on a school bus or something, but he wants to tractor beam the moon down onto Earth, and then roll it onto the surface of the Earth and squish. The way he says squish is so good. Like the individual people, just people individually between the Earth and the moon by rolling it around on Earth, the moon on Earth, and it's just like the animation for it is hilarious. It's like that's not how it worked, but that's still funny. But yeah, isn't it the neighbor? Isn't the neighbor kid the one that basically is like he's a fucking alien? Why can nobody else see that he's an alien? I love that. I love that so much. Anyway, I really do have to go because I really am stinky. I need a shower. The ice cream truck says that in the first episode, I'm still laughing my ass off every time. It's so good. I know. This show sounds bizarre. You, Roscoe, Invader Zim, watch it. It's so good. I love you too, Itchy. You never seen Invader Zim? Actually, never mind. I'm not surprised. Yeah, Roscoe's an alien. We were trying to like immerse him in the culture. So yeah, you just have to deal with it. I'm afraid. He's an alien. He's not from the planet Earth. It's a thing. Didn't know what hiking was. I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm not an alien. You see, you say that Panafox, but I kind of like it. Like he could be a Zoomer alien. You know. I'm waiting for Dino. By the way, I know he's not. He's probably not here. I know he's probably not here, but I'm waiting for Dino. By the way, he's got to send me a picture. Like I'm waiting for a picture from him. I'm pretty sure. Oh, and Itchy, I need a picture from you as well. But yeah. It's almost a month now, and yeah, it's not unreasonable for these things to be done already. Right, I'm gonna go shower. But yeah. Oh, and Itchy, look up that picture that I posted about the that AI picture. It's on art stuff. So yeah. Oh, Itchy, not now. Anyway, Berry Wubs and Belly Salute. And yeah, I'll give you a poke if basically I have time after I've showered, because I might just like try to get the editing done and stuff before I go to bed. Or I might spend a lot of time just eating food or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what my plans are. But yeah, actually, can I add that picture to here? Oh, it's a video clip. I need to add the picture. Where is it? It's this picture is coming up. Here we go. Oh, I can't. It won't do it. Do I seriously have to share my screen? Do I have to share my screen? Oh my god. Why is this so hard? Steam? Wait, what? Who poked you? What the fuck? Right. Let me see if I can actually just quickly. That picture. That one. It's like it's saved on my computer, like just as the the thing. It's just like I can't stop thinking about that picture. It's like that is the overall like life goal is to be that spherical. Only Santa, not a crocodile or an alligator. I think it's a gator. I'm not entirely sure. I just want it to be a gator because I like gators better. But you know, it'll be like me. So yeah. But yeah, like yeah, I can imagine that. That's how big and like perfectly comfortable I feel after I've eaten like a large meal. So yeah, I know it's not real, but before I die, at least once, that would be nice. Thank you very much. Anyway, right, guys, I am off. I'm off. But yeah, that picture is over on Discord in the art stuff section. So enjoy. But I will be using it as like a reference, like for because that's Pop is a little bit smaller than that guy. Um, And 5 is a bit bigger than that guy now. 5's very round. He's actually got mobility problems now. I feel both envious and sad for him. But yeah, I think he's happy. But yeah. Right. I don't know when I'll be streaming next or when I'll be online next, but yeah. Manchester. Woo. That's going to be happening this weekend, and if you're in the Manchester area and you want to meet up or something, message me on something, and let's do it. Meet up, I mean, you know, I don't mean just like immediately have sex. I know. I mean, it kind of depends. And remember, to bring food unless we're meeting at a restaurant or something. You know all this, guys. You know this. Toodles.